Shabor Original Dog Man John Castro. Here, we're watching this video of this dude fishing, and this isn't for. This is just for me. The video is made for me. If you guys want to pay attention to it, you guys can. So this is Tyler. I think he has a channel called Tyler's Real Fishing, and now he has another channel strictly for bass fishing, which is what's it called?
But today's nicer.
Uncut bass fishing, and I'm gonna show you guys what he does. It's That's really, really like just the dumbest shit sometimes of things that he says and what he does. And I want you to pay attention to this shit because a lot of the things that he does, you can tell that he's still like not learning and he's still an amateur. So I want you to check this shit out, guys. Listen to this.
Really? I've got one. I've got the big one. This is bigger than the one I just lost. Oh, he's got me under a log. No. Here we go. Got it.
All right, so this is a small pond. This is about a like the ponds that I'd be fishing in, pond hopping and stuff. So I want you to guys pay attention. Watch this shit. And this guy's been on YouTube a long time. He's talked to a lot of professionals like I don't know, these marine biologists and freshwater biologists, and I think he's even talked to a couple of the famous bass master fishermen. But watch this shit. So I'm gonna show you some crazy shit that he does.
What's going on, folks? Welcome to Bass Fishing Uncut. My name is Tyler. I'm the host of this brand new channel. You may recognize me from my channel, Tyler's Real Fishing, and I've had a lot of fun making content over there. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try, for the very first time this year, having a brand new channel for just my bass fishing and maybe other species of adventures, where I just have the cameras recording, nothing is cut out, hopefully teaching you guys everything I learned about the fish that I'm catching. On today's inaugural episode, we are fishing a beautiful body of water in the winter to maybe pre-spawn. We'll kind of talk about conditions and how the fish should be behaving here in a second. But as always, this channel is going to be sponsored by my merch brand called Infinite Outdoors. I'm wearing the Reaper sweatshirt right here.
Oh my god. See, this is what I hate about YouTube and the corporate cocksucking that goes, and people always trying to sell stuff, make money from their channels and all this crap, right? So like actually get a real job and just, do the YouTube thing as something fun instead of like getting people to be obligated to your channel and join my exclusive channel where you get exclusive content. Just make YouTube videos.
And Infinite Outdoors stands for two main things. One, the infinite possibilities of making memories, having fun in the outdoors, and the infinite love of a God that I believe in, who loved us so much.
So are you making memories or are you making videos? That's the question. See, a lot of people don't make memories. They make videos that they could look back upon, and that's not the same thing as memories. The memories are without obligation. Okay. Memories, I'll put it like this: memories are without obligation. And as he has these cameras running, it is his obligation to make these YouTube videos. This is more of a job than something memorable because you're always doing the same thing over and over again. This isn't memories, man. This isn't something that you can cherish. What's up, Dark Star Archangel? All right, so watch this. Watch this.
You could say that he would send his son to die on the cross for our sins so that we can come to know him. So I will have my Infinite Outdoors link down in the video description.
Wow. He talks about Jesus, then he talks about selling his merch. Jesus never said anything about selling anything. He said, "You have been given the word freely, therefore you go out and give the word freely." When you mix the devil's playground with Jesus's playground, man, you're asking for disaster. So let's check this out. I want to show you guys some real stuff because I'm a fisherman, all right, and I know. Watch this shit. You guys are gonna be like, John, you know what? You're right, dude. You're gonna see all the things that I see wrong that he does, and he doesn't correct himself. So we're not really learning. He's not really teaching. He's just fishing, and he's not aware of the things that he should be teaching. But let's check it out.
And as of right now, you can use code TRF15 to save 15% on your order, just for you guys. Now, as with all these uncuts, I want to start by talking about the condition.
So you can use TRF15 to buy his merch and get 15% off of his merch. Why don't you just give 15% to everyone who buys it? I mean, come on. It's your merch. But let's listen.
So today we have, I think it's February 1st when I'm filming this. We've had some warm days, but in North Texas, February is still relatively winter, maybe into the pre-spawn. We're targeting largemouth bass today in this pond, and simple conditions.
So here's the thing. It just got cold this day because when he puts his hand in the water temperature is 50 degrees. That's kind of even normal for summertime. You know, it's a little bit hotter than that, but like 50 degrees, dude, that's not even winter cold. It just says, pay attention.
We have relatively stained water. We have some aquatic vegetation. I see some American pondweed, but I don't see any hydrilla. It may be out there in the middle. I was hoping water was not going to be dirty, but it is. So the lures I have rigged up, the red lipless crankbait, green pumpkin, thunder cricket, and a drop shot, might not be the ones that I actually end up throwing. So we're gonna have to see about that. Water temperature, let's see, based on the TRF meter. It's not Chilly Willy. I was gonna say Chilly Willy. It's like the sun has actually done a number on this pond, and that water is not that cold. I'd say high 50s, maybe low 50s.
No, dude, the sun didn't do a number on the pond, bro. This is probably like your first day of fishing, and it was probably hot as hell yesterday. So, I mean, who are you trying to fool? The sun did a number on? No, man. You said the water is slightly stained, therefore the sun rays aren't really going through the what is it, the radiation sun, what is it called, not solar, anyways, it's not going all the way through the bottom of the pond because the pond, like you said, is murky. Okay, so it didn't happen, it didn't get warm like that in one day. It was like probably a week or so of that pond being hot, and this is your first day of winter. Come on, man, or first day getting cold or wherever you are. This was 6 months ago, so let's check it out.
Which for this time of the year is definitely warm. So these lures might work. I don't know. Let's start fishing. I'm gonna put my evolution bag down there, and I'm gonna start with the lipless crankbait. And the reason why I'm going with the trap is because I want to see what's down there. Like I kind of intentionally want to get snagged on.
Okay, there we go, guys. There we go. What's up? What's up, the goat? All right, so check this out. He says he's going to use a lipless crankbait to intentionally see what's down there. Uh-oh, my battery's about to die, guys. Hold on, let me charge this fucker. So I got to move the camera a little bit and plug my battery in. Give me a second, guys. Plug this in real quick. All right, there we go. Battery's in. All right. So, okay, let's watch this, guys. This shit's trippy, man. This dude here.
And some stuff just to see what the vegetation is like. So
okay, so now what he's doing is he's gonna drag the bottom of the water to see what kind of stuff is in there. Like if there's any structure, any grass, any rocks. He's trying to see what's down there. Now that's so stupid that you would lose an $8-10 crankbait, that you would risk losing an $8-10 crankbait that's really actually supposed to be fished mid to almost to the top of the water. That's supposed to be fished at least 1 foot below the water line. Okay, so now he's going to crank this crankbait out there and potentially try to lose it because he wants to know what's on it. Just fish the pond, dude. You'll learn it. No, it makes no sense in you trying to lose the damn lure. What kind of shit is that? Fish the pond. You'll figure it out as you fish it. But, like, don't lose a $10 crankbait on purpose. Let's listen to what he says.
Get a cast, a brand new line in this reel. Sometimes a brand new line, you have to give it a few casts for it to fully set itself. But we've fallen a decent ways down there. I'll use the countdown here.
All right. So now check this out. He's using fluorocarbon line, I believe that's called. And if anyone knows what fluorocarbon line is, this white line. See that white floral? It's called fluorocarbon. That line floats. But yet you want your bait to sink. That, you know, if you were going to do that, just use mono. But you want that bait to sink. Oh, now that looks like a 6 cent crankbait. And a 6 cent crankbait in those Quake 70s, they have suspending and they have sinking. So, you know, if you're gonna do something, do it correctly. If you want to go all the way to the bottom, use use mono. Don't or use braid or something. Oh, use floral line floats. Okay. All right, Tyler, what are you teaching us, dude?
In a little bit to help determine kind of the topography of this body of water. But right now, I'm almost not trying to catch a fish. I'm trying just to drag the bottom.
Well, what's the point in going fishing if you're almost not trying to catch a fish? Why? You might as well go all the way around that pond trying to learn the topography and spook every fish by just scraping the bottom with a lipless crankbait. Just go ahead and move all the soot below the bottom of the pond and spook all your fish, dude, because that's exactly what you're doing. It makes no damn sense to me. I mean, you're just gonna do that small area, but you want to learn the entire pond. What are you gonna do? Walk around the whole pond and just scrape everything up with the lipless crankbait? It makes no sense, man. Just fish the damn pond. Jesus, if you lose it, you lose it. Don't intentionally lose it. Don't intentionally do stupid shit like this. This makes no damn sense.
To see what's down there. And I'm surprised that I've been dragging for, there we go, 20 feet and hadn't snagged anything. But now I did. Oh.
Dude, you stayed in the same area. You didn't do the whole pond. Now you stopped. You stopped searching the pond to figure out the topography. Come on, man. That was a front.
Oh, well.
This is what I don't like.
I snagged a reed and I lost my grass. Let's try that again.
Okay, now you heard that? Did you hear the way his fishing reel sounded? Listen, I want you guys to listen to this.
20 feet and hadn't snagged anything.
Listen.
But now I did. Oh, well. I snagged a reed and I lost my grass. Let's try that again.
You hear that sound? See how his gears are winding? He doesn't have that baitcaster set correctly. He isn't giving it enough on his brakes. He isn't giving it enough. He isn't lightening up the brakes on it. He has too much brakes on his that lose or whatever that is. And he's using a lipless crankbait, which means he's potentially not casting the furthest. He's not going to be able to cast that lure as far as he could potentially can. That's what's wrong with his brake. He's going to fuck up his brakes, his gears in this reel, and this reel will not last him.
About the
and especially a lose. Lose are quiet. What is this?
Speed spool.
Yeah, lose are quiet reels. When you loosen up all the drag and all the brakes on them.
At the bottom to see what's down there. And I'm surprised that I've been dragging for, there we go, 20 feet and hadn't snagged anything. But now I did. Oh, well. I snagged a reed and I lost my grass. Let's try that again.
All right, so mistake number one. So far, here's the mistake that this dude has done. I'm going to tell you all the mistakes so far, and you're only 3 minutes into the video. Mistake number one. He's using a red crankbait for a pond that does not look like it has any type of red fish. It doesn't look like there's any crawfish. It might have some. There's no crawfish in it, but crawfish aren't really red in the wild. They're more like a dark brown or green kind of, or a dark greenish type of deal. And then number two, well, actually, yeah, crawfish are a little red. Yes. They are red, but in most cases in the wild, they are like a dark brown. That was mistake number one, was crankbait. His choice of bait was wrong, the color at least. Number two, he's going to scan the pond for the topography of what's down there and potentially try to hook on to something to see what's down there. I mean, you can easily figure out what's down there with also a worm. You can feel stuff down there, you know. So mistake number two. Mistake number three was what was his reel. Already 3 mistakes within 3 minutes. His reel line, he's grinding his gears as he casts, so he's not set right.
Hadn't snagged anything.
Let's listen to this.
I did. Oh, listen. Well, I snagged a reed and I lost my grass. Let's try that again. I've got the Speed Spool combo 7.3 medium heavy. Brand new Speed Spool LFS. We redesigned this reel to be stronger, but still $100. So that one's for y'all, budget-minded folks. And like I said, I've got a channel called Tyler's Reel Fishing where I've been teaching y'all how to fish for, man, dang near 13 years at this point. So
I've been teaching people how to fish for 50 goddamn years.
excited to move the uncuts to its own channel. And here we go. I snagged some grass. Kind of pull it in slowly so I can see what it is. But obviously, if I'm just snagging a little bit, there's not that much out there. And this is not hydrilla. I have no earthly clue what this grass is.
It's called duckweed.
Sorry. Uh-oh.
It's called duckweed. It turns into muck after a while. It turns into like green sludge. That's not even hydrilla. That's duckweed. Anyways.
I hooked Kevin.
All right. Mistake. The next mistake, which is probably mistake number 4, is he has his cameraman filming on the right side, which he's right-handed cast. He casts with his right hand. If you know any better, you have your cameraman always on your left side. That's dangerous, bro. You could have pulled his eye out, anything with that hook. Always have your cameraman on your left side when you're casting. So when I'm going fishing, I always tell the little kids, hey, get on my left side. I'm a right-handed caster. I don't want them to be on my right side as I'm casting. So that's about as far as I got to the video. He hooked his cameraman. So let's check this out.
Kevin hooked. Here we go. Red-eye shad. On the red-eye Kevin.
Red-eye shad. There is no red shad in that pond.
Oh, here we go.
So he's not matching. He doesn't match the batch or whatever they call it. The hatch. He doesn't match the hatch.
There we go. All right. Welcome to Uncut, folks. Thanks, buddy. Yep. Okay, we're back. I don't know. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what kind of grass this is. Kevin, do you have any idea? It's not snot grass, because it's actually got some strings to it.
It turns into snot grass.
It's
It turns into snot grass. That's what it does when it dies. Turns into like green muck.
It's got stalks, but
It's
I mean,
called
like hardly
duckweed,
any
bro.
spindles off the stalk. So I guess we're going to keep moving to see what we find. But as of now, I'm not...
Look, cameraman right there, and he casts right there. Like, really, dude? You have no fishing etiquette. Look, check this out.
It's got stalks. But
Watch where his cameraman is.
Off the stalk. So I guess we're going to keep moving to see what we find.
Cameraman right there. Ooh, he could have hooked him.
Super pleased with that grass. But
come on, Tyler, bro. What are you thinking, dude?
Yo-yo this thing. A technique where you cast it out there. It only works if you have relatively unsnagless stuff. So if you've got stumps and like laydowns, don't be yo-yoing.
This is Tyler is still like Jesus, dude. He has to learn a whole lot more. And he's one of these dudes on here that, to me, seems really big-headed. Like he knows a whole lot about bass fishing and a whole lot of some crazy stuff, man. I've been watching this dude for maybe 2 weeks, and every time I watch him, I laugh because he's so energetic. He's so positive about fishing. He loves fishing. He tries to, network himself with other YouTube channels to gain more subscribers and followers and all this type. Well, good for you, man. You're a YouTube cocksucker. Good for you, corporate cocksucker, YouTube slave. But man, this is not it. I like the dude's energy. I really do. But that's probably like the only thing I like about him.
This crankbait. What I'm doing is I'm just letting it hit the bottom and pulling it up like a Texas rig, and then back down, and then up like a Texas rig. And especially the red-eye shad.
That is not even how you're really supposed to work a Texas rig. You're working a Texas rig like it's a Carolina rig. A Texas rig, you jump off the bottom. You don't necessarily pull it up, pull it down, pull it up. No, you jump it. Either small little jumps, big jumps, small little jumps, big jumps. You can do whatever. You can even glide it across the water. You can do anything with a Texas rig.
It kind of has like a shimmy on the way down. And in this, what I thought was going to be cold water, but maybe in this warmer water, the fish would need something a little slower falling.
So for a murky pond like this, a lot of people would tell you use a red lipless crankbait or something orange. And that's if you're fishing the river. That's if they actually have red types of fish in your pond. But no, if you have murky water in a pond, you use a chartreuse color lipless crankbait, green, yellow, light green, in mucky water, not orange. Orange rarely ever works in a pond like this. It's either that or something silver. But that white and silver and chartreuse will work in that pond, not orange. If he catches anything on it, he's gonna have a hard. He probably took him a long time to do it because I see him cutting and pasting.
And if we, work 20 yards on the yo-yo retrieve and don't catch anything, I'll switch to a slow, straight retrieve. And then if that doesn't work, I'll change something else up.
That's the best type of retrieve for a 6 cents Quake 70 crankbait is a straight retrieve. About a foot below the water, about a foot above the grass. Because if you're fishing the grass, you're gonna get hung up every time. You're gonna snag grass and duckweed every time. You're gonna snag moss. You're gonna snag hydrilla. You're gonna snag all type of grass.
But it seems like I'm definitely hitting a point. I'll put a little marker on the drone shot here. A point that the grass has started to grow, and once you get to that point, maybe 20, 50.
No, grass isn't starting to grow there. Grass has already grown there. Grass is dying. It's wintertime, bruh. Grass is starting to die in the ponds. They're not starting to grow.
15 yards off the bank. Your cast is pretty much done unless you can start retrieving a little bit higher. Adjust my chesty there. This is my first uncut video I have filmed of the entire year. And we've tried to start this channel twice. 2 other ones, and they were not successful days because it was stinking cold outside. But today,
you don't know how to fish the cold, Tyler? I mean, you're a bass fisherman. You tried to fish it. It was stinking cold. You don't know how to catch fish during the cold? You're supposed to be a fisherman, bro.
It's nicer. We've got 0 wind, which for this bait is not preferred, but
hell, you don't know how to fish in the wind. You don't know how to use crankbaits, spitters, and buzz baits in the wintertime.
0 wind. It could mean the fish are moving shallow, though. Who knows? Zinger. This thing straight launches.
Yeah, but you got your gears all wrong. You're grinding the hell out of your gears every time you cast, and your potential cast isn't as far as it could be, where you possibly could be catching a lot of fish. Remember, in the wintertime, fish like to go deep after they spawn, so you're not reaching the middle of the pond with those little bitty casts. Or further on the other side, because if you're on that side, a lot of times you'll spook bass to go to the opposite side of the pond or move further down. So therefore, you need further casts. No, Tyler doesn't teach us much of that, but I'll teach it to you.
If y'all enjoy uncut fishing content, you're going to love this channel. We got awesome stuff coming. I'm heading to Florida in 2 days. Going to film hopefully 2 or 3 uncuts while I'm there in some Florida ponds. Might even do an uncut for peacock bass. So be on the lookout for that. But we're going to have stuff in the kayak. We're going to have stuff in the bass boat. And, of course, lots of videos for you guys from the bank.
Just shut up and fish, dude. Nobody wants to hear about your future endeavors and what you got planned for the channel. So everyone does that crap. Just fish and catch. Show us that you can catch some fish, dude. Like, seriously, man, I would have caught something by the time I got out there. My first cast, I probably would have caught something. But, like, you want to drag it through the grass. Number 1, what you should do when you come out to a pond is actually scan the pond first. Look for your corners and your edges. Look for structure. Don't just go out there casting blindly because you're going to spook fish. Walk around the pond. See the potential of the pond. Don't just go to the middle of the damn pond and cast just to cast to go see what's in it. That's dumb. Pick your spot, and then that's where you know where you catch bass, especially in the wintertime. Bass aren't going to be moving around in the wintertime. In that water, they should be, but you should have came out earlier. The sun is up. It looks like it's probably about 8 o'clock, maybe 9, the way the sun is aiming. And you're not really doing much anything, bro. The only thing you're doing is spooking fish. Look how close you are to the water. Don't walk. Look at your shadow. Your shadow's about 12, 15 feet into the water because of the way the sun is. So I'm assuming it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 7, 8. Sun's coming up. You're spooking the hell out of fish with your shadow. One of the best places to fish is the edge. The first thing you do is cast in the middle. Makes no damn sense to me.
Sorry, Kevin, I'm moving fast here. I feel like I need to gain an understanding on how shallow it is.
All right, so moving fast. Let me tell you something about bass and their lateral lines. They're so sensitive that they can actually feel you walk. And the way you're stomping there, you're spooking fish know you're coming. Bass aren't really that stupid, bro. Yeah, it's a little bit stupid, but they're smart when it comes to fishermen who fish ponds. That's why fish in parks in public parks, they're fucking pressured. And they're smart. They're harder to catch than fish out there in a private pond like you're at. This is a private pond, bro. You're stomping. Your fish can feel the vibration. How do you think killer whales hunt? Killer whales hunt. They can feel when a seal is moving on the gravel, and that's how they can't see them. They can't see the seals from out there in the deep and at the shore. They can't see them. They listen. They hone in, echolocation. They hone in and they feel the frequency and vibrations in the water and the gravel moving. Just like they can feel your footsteps, every stomp that you do near the water line. Those fish feel that shit, man. You spook the hell out of them.
Certain areas. One thing I do when I'm in the boat is I turn my live scope on, and I mean, the first time I get to a lake, unless it's like springtime.
Live scope, really, dude? You need live scope to fish. And old school fishermen have been fishing without live scope for a long time. But you need live. How are you going to teach us how to fish? And most of us don't have a $5,000 live scope. Tyler, tell us, dude. Tell me how you gonna teach me how to fish with a $5,000 live scope. Do you think the majority of your followers have a $5,000 live scope on their $20,000, $46,000, $70,000 bass boat, Tyler? Jesus Christ.
And I can just go throw a frog, or, summertime I'll go skip docks. But the rest of the year, especially the winter, I'm turning my live scope on and I am just looking around. I'm casting at some stuff. If I see a nice big bass looking blob, of course I'll cast at it. But I'm just really trying to get an understanding of how the fish set up in the water column, and if there's no good mapping in that lake, let's say in my kayak, forward facing helps me understand the contours. But from the bank, I don't have the luxury of that. And so I need to make a whole bunch of casts and snag some stuff to understand what the depth is. And that is not good looking American pondweed. It's got mud on it. So
it's called duckweed.
Not vibing with this place. I fished here for the 100 ponds.
The majority of fishermen would call that duckweed, y'all. I don't know what a freshwater biologist would call that shit, but it's called duckweed. It turns into like muck. It turns into like green, snotty looking grass after it dies. And it's dying because winter's coming up. And that's why the ducks come to eat that shit most of the time. Come to eat that shit.
Series on my main channel. And
there, you hear a duck? The duck was actually in the background. Listen.
Got mud on it.
Or a goose.
Definitely not vibing with this place. I fished here for the 100 Ponds series on my main channel. And Kevin was actually holding the camera for that one too, so he's back. And the fishery seemed much healthier than it does right now.
Yep.
You want to stand farther back so your feet don't get wet.
These old shoes.
Okay, well, your socks are still going to get wet. You heard it here first. Tyler cares for his camera guys.
You fear for your camera guys. If that was the case, you have them move to your left side. You would have circled the pond the other way and have him get on your left side. But no, you got him on the side that you cast, which makes no sense to me because you've already hooked this shirt once. I could almost guarantee you're going to get closer to hooking him, or because I haven't watched this entire video, but I could almost guarantee you probably hooked him once or twice in this entire 2-hour video. We'll see. Now we'll see if my predictions are right. We'll see if he hooks him again or gets close to hooking him.
Oh, and I hooked myself and I'm bleeding. That's fine. Yeah, I'm hooking everybody today. Everything but a fish so far. We're hit with when it's clear, fish can see things, your lures from a lot farther away. When it's dirty, you kind of got to be right near them.
Why is he fishing a lipless crankbait like he's fishing it like a jig? It makes no sense to me, man.
Trigger them even in colder water. And because his pond obviously has grass a little further, or a little closer, no, a little.
So let me tell you what he should do, guys. Okay, so you see how he's walking? He's walking along the edge here. Okay, now what he should do is actually cast out, cast out, cast out as far as he can to maybe up here. And as he casts out, he's in like a clockwork motion, like from, let's see, from his 9 o'clock to his 6 o'clock, like over here somewhere. Okay, over here. From his 9 o'clock over here, cast from here, here, drop it here, drop it here, drop it here, or cast it here, cast it here, cast it here, cast it, and all the way around. If he does that, what he's doing is he's reflexing the bass. Okay, now he's got this lipless crankbait on. Believe it or not, this is a pretty big pond. Well, it's a small pond, but it's pretty big. But the bass can hear that rattle all the way down here. There's bass way back here. Way back here. There's bass way back here. That bass will hear that rattle. Okay. And as you walk down every 20 feet, because that's how bass operate, they have bass are territorial. So every 20 feet, there's potentially a bass. Okay. So you walk 20 feet and you do a clockwork motion, you cast and you use a clockwork motion, you cover more water like that. And you actually reflex the bass into hearing what's coming. So as you walk back down the pond, if you walk back down the pond this way, you'll actually potentially trigger more bass than if you were just walking down that way, because now you have them all reflex. All the bass say, "Oh, I heard that sound before. Let me bite." And as he walks back, he should catch more bass as he walks back this way than if he walked up that way. Because right now you're walking up and you're doing everything to spook them. You're not doing anything to condition them. So as you walk back, these bass should be conditioned to that sound, and you walk back, you should catch more bass. But Tyler doesn't know this. Let's listen.
Further out from the bank than I would like. I don't really have a whole lot of effective casting distance here.
Yeah, because you don't have you don't have your loose bait caster set correctly for that crankbait. I said that in the beginning. I could hear your gears grinding, my dude.
On the face, but also make the exact right cast where they're sitting. And I'm confident we'll be able to do it. We'll figure something out. We're starting to fish this side. Not because it's where I think the fish are. They're probably on the dam, which is over there, but it's because the sun angle. So I wanted to...
So there's a dam over there, and you're not fishing the dam? That's the first place where you should have fished, was the dam. Okay, I don't know what kind of dam he's talking about. Like, is it a water dam or a beaver dam? What the hell? Like, that's where you should be fishing. And over there by those trees, you should be trying to cast out as far as you can near those trees over here. These trees right here. This whole tree line is where you should be casting close to.
I wanted to hit where the sun was hitting first and what looks best on camera for you guys, and that's this direction. Come on. Oh, man. You got it. It's almost impossible with how close the grass is to keep it out of it.
There you go. Now that's how you get rid of grass, but that's also how you fuck up your $8, $9, $10 lipless crankbait. Smack it on the water, but then at the same time you're also spooking the fish. Yeah, I did that before. Every fisherman who fished a crankbait or a rattle trap has smacked it on the water to get rid of that debris. But what you're doing is you're fishing deep with that crankbait instead of fishing almost surface level. If you fish surface level, you're actually, if you fish surface level, like right above the grass line, you're giving the bass a chance to see that crankbait. And if you make one or two casts, as you cast across a top of that water line, one of those bass are gonna get sick and tired of seeing it, and they're gonna go up, swim up, and hit that crankbait. But you're fishing it deep, and you're spooking all the bass. You're doing it wrong.
Maybe a quarter ounce red eye shad is what I need.
No.
And I'm also glad that I brought my boots, so I can stand in the muddy.
Oh, let's see how many steps he takes. Let's see if Tyler knows how to fish a bank.
Grasses to
So
keep it
let's
out.
count the steps, people. Let's count his
Maybe
steps.
a quarter ounce.
Watch this.
Red eye shad is what I need.
1,
And I'm also
2,
glad that I
3,
brought my
4,
boots,
5,
so
6, 7,
I can
8,
stand
9, 10, 11, 12,
in the
13,
muddy
14,
bank.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
And if I
20,
had a lot
21,
more
22,
open water compared to this
25, 26,
snotty
27,
grass here,
28,
I'd be
29.
throwing
Almost 30 feet. He cast almost 30 feet, okay? And instead of him starting over at 9 o'clock, he should have started at 9 o'clock over here, right? And cast 9, 10, 11, 12, which is the middle, and then go back this way, or start here 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. He cast straight out into the middle. You don't walk past where your first initial cast was. You walk 30 feet past, and now the whole grass line that you walk past, it was potential bass, because that's where bass hide around structure. Watch.
muddy bank.
Look, I'm gonna show you guys.
And if I glad that I brought my boots.
All this grass. You see all this grass here? Watch. Look, guys. See this grass line? This is grass. All this tall grass right here. There was potentially a bass hiding behind this right here, near here. But he walked past all of that. Instead of casting it out in front of there like a worm or something, cast over that grass, he probably could have caught something. If he was hiding behind the grass and the bass couldn't see him behind this grass, and he cast the worm over this, like just 5 to 3 feet over that, 3 feet over this grass, he could have caught something. But no, he walked past all that. He missed potential 2 or 3 bass that was probably hiding in this grass or under this grass. But no, that's Tyler. That's Tyler's fishing for you.
So I can stand in the.
He has boots on that you can step in that water. He has waterproof boots, but he doesn't do it. What's the point in buying those boots, Tyler, if you don't want to step into that water, man? He got all the fancy equipment, don't know how to use it.
In the muddy bank. And if I had a lot more open water compared to this snotty grass here, I'd be throwing a little spinnerbait.
It is open. It is open water, dude. That's open water. You just don't consider it open water, and you don't know how to fish it correctly, or you're not fishing it correctly right now.
Pre-spawn Colorado blade spinnerbait. Still might throw that today.
Look here. I'm gonna show you something, guys. There's the grass line right there, way over here. He should have cast way over there, but say he cast out that way. He should have cast right here and pulled that lipless crankbait, at least from here, pull it straight down this way. Let's see if he does it. I doubt he does it. I'll let you know if he does it. See his shadow? Look at his shadow in the water. See his shadow right here in the water? He's spooking all the damn fish.
But I'm not sure. There's also a pumpkin. Somebody left down there on the ground. Looks haunted. It's not a very healthy looking pumpkin.
That's a good sign there's no turtles eating it.
Fish. These uncuts are a lot of me yapping until I eventually find out what's going on. And if I don't find out what's going on, everybody, then you don't see this video. So if this video's out,
you do know what's going on. You're just so oblivious to it. What's going on is you don't know how to fish a pond full of grass. You're trying to fish a pond full of grass with a lipless crankbait, and you're trying to fish it deep. And you're trying to jump it like it's a Texas rig or a Carolina rig. You get 2 F's for that, Tyler.
Obviously, I find something. Find something worth catching. Zinger. I'm just going to start straight retrieving because the yo-yo does not.
Now he's going to catch something. Today. Watch, guys. Watch. Now you'll catch something. Straight retrieve right above the grass line.
I'll keep my rod tip up when I do this.
Yes.
To keep the bait higher in the column, and I've got to really speed it up near all this grass.
Yes, Tyler.
To keep it higher.
Yes. You gotta keep it higher.
Oh, mom, goodness. 50 yards.
Nah, it could have went further. This shit could have went further.
The power of a new reel and new line. Ain't nothing wrong with either one. And I have my brake set to 3, so that probably has to do with it as well. I think if I remember, I'll show you all the drone shot from when it was clear. The contours, it starts to get really, really shallow up on this end here. So not a whole lot of falling needs to happen on this side. Grass. Smack.
He's getting angry.
Probably too much line on there.
Yes, you actually had too much line on that reel. He's gonna backlash if he fucks up.
This is the deal with fishing, is that sometimes
he's gonna backlash if his posture is wrong and he casts out wrong.
You don't know the right lure to throw, so you've got to experiment until you do. And I'm already thinking that the lipless, at least in this area, is not the way to go. Because we're catching snodgrass, we're catching pondweed.
Well, the color is definitely wrong. Your choice of color in that lipless crankbait is wrong.
And we're not catching a bass. So, I'm going to make a few more casts out deep. Then switch to the thunder.
Yes, cast out deep. Keep it above the grass line. Keep your rod tip up. And you have more potential in catching a bass.
Thunder cricket. See if we can't make something happen there. So I think we're getting too shallow over here.
Stop letting it drop.
Maybe is where they are when the water heats up a little bit. Like I said, that's not wintertime temperature. I mean, that's end of winter. This pond has warmed up as compared to at least the lakes that I fish around. The water's 44 right now.
Dude, loosen something on there. Brakes, drag something. You're grinding your gears.
Trying to do a better job in 2025, this year that I'm filming this, of switching lures faster and switching spots faster. I feel like I get in the mode of I want to catch them on this one thing, and I think it worked on this spot last time, so I try to force it, but I'm trying to do better at not doing that. And ponds are the same way, especially if I've been to a pond. Not fishing it the way I always have. There's a soccer ball up there. 2 soccer balls. Wow. Amazing. And my buddy Luke is fishing over there, and he's moving fast as well, so I doubt he's laying into them. Let's work back this way.
I bet you caught more than you did.
It doesn't work back this way. Fix my wedgie. Fix my wedgie. Fix my wedgie bush.
Oh my god. Now you're walking too far back, too fast. Too far, too fast, Tyler. Too far. You have, now that he has the pond condition to hear that crankbait, he's probably losing bass.
By my bag.
This is where he potentially catches something right around here. He's letting it drop. Stop letting it drop, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it sinks for like 6 seconds. And this thing sinks at least a foot a second, maybe more. So we're talking like 8-10 feet out there.
Straight retrieve. Don't stop. He keeps fucking stopping.
Okay.
Hold on, what did he say?
Nibble did not turn into a fish yet. You caught one yet? He got a nibble, okay. Nibble did not turn into a fish yet. I've not gotten a nibble, so you're ahead of me. This water is much dirtier. Okay. Yeah. So that's our biggest vice today. Dirty water. Dirty cold water, never good, but dirty warming water is good. So.
Oh my God.
Could be bad.
You got good water, but
we're
you just
fishing
don't know how to fish
9
it,
o'clock in the
dude.
morning, so maybe it's not quite warming yet. We need to be here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Look, almost hooked himself.
Wish I could parallel the bank more, but I can't really here. It's too shallow. Maybe in the spawn, I could throw a fluke or a Senko or something more parallel down that direction.
Throw that lipless
And
crankbait
Luke
down
is
that
going
direction.
Way to the shallows. So he's going to do the, unbeknownst to him, he's going to do the testing for us on whether or not the fish have moved into shallow water with how warm it's been. So thank you, Luke, for testing that. While I continue being stubborn and throwing the same stuff.
You keep letting it sink, catching grass.
I don't want to throw a drop shot.
Dude, he...
I really don't.
Okay. So the way his retrieve is more of a... The way he's retrieving, it's not a straight retrieve. He's a... It's not a... He's not doing that. That's not a straight retrieve. Listen to the reel. Listen. You see? Then look. You're cranking wrong, my dude. And you're letting it fall all the way to the grass.
Too shallow.
Look. See how he lets it fall? He stops reeling.
Maybe in the spawn, I could throw a fluke or a Senko or something more parallel down that direction.
Look, let it drop. Of course you're not going to catch anything, dude. You're not even doing a straight retrieve.
So he's going to do the, unbeknownst to him, he's going to do the testing for us on whether or not the fish have moved into shallow water with how warm it's been. So thank you, Luke, for testing that.
Look, let it drop, hit some grass. Of course, this is why you're not catching anything, Tyler. You're pissing me off. I'm going to do a straight... Look, watch his retrieve. Speed it up. Speed it up.
I don't want to throw a drop shot.
Jerk.
I really don't. I want to do that.
Since when is that a straight retrieve? You're letting it hit the bottom.
No, it's pretty dirty, yeah. Not high confidence with the drop shot.
The water is not dirty. The water's got grass,
there.
Dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's murky, but it's just normal. It's normal fucking pond.
Yo-yo.
Nice yo-yoing.
Yo-yo it up. Yo-yo Ma, my favorite celloist. I think he played cello. Or plays. He didn't die.
Why are you fishing it like a jig?
Yo. Pour me another yo.
What the fuck?
Man, watching all the pros on Conroe do this got me thinking I could.
Yeah, they're probably in a river or a big ass lake.
Maybe not.
With like 30 feet of water. You're in a pond. Lowest point is 10 feet. Come on, man.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
You might catch something like that, bro, but it's
rare. How the boys are doing.
Dude,
Score tracker
get
update.
off the phone
MLF.
and fish.
Colby Miller up top. Jake Lawrence in second. Drew Gill in third. Hey, Alton's in 13th. Him and Spencer Sheffield are the only guys that have their live scope off. That's how you can tell my best friend's a hammer. When he's just outside the top 10 and he's still got his forward-facing sonar. Has he got one? Oh my goodness. Luke's got one.
Yeah.
Son of a 1,000 biscuits.
And then I call it. I told you his friend is going to catch something before he does.
Goodness. Okay. So when you see that happen, that's called the bent rod pattern. Fishing guides love the bent rod pattern. When you see somebody catching one on something or a place, you just immediately switch what you're doing. So I'm getting my vibrating jig. Let's go! Come on, Luke. Come on with it. I'm going thunder cricket now because he was throwing a green pumpkin-ish swim jig. So now we're gonna go.
Now he's got a chatterbait on.
If he catches another one, we're actually gonna go to where he is. But as of right now, I'm just switching my technique to fish a little slower and a little faster. Wait, that didn't make any sense. Did I just say a little slower and a little faster? Yeah. Yeah. Goodness. I meant a little higher and a little slower. Not trying to go all the way across.
That's what you should have been doing with your crankbait, dummy.
He caught one in the dirt, man. Trying to call them ducks in.
I don't know if I want to finish this video, guys. I really don't. It's been a long time, never caught one. I fish a lot, dude. My bad.
So you know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna move that way.
Breaking the third. That guy breaking the third commandment.
I wonder what he caught it on. He says he loves throwing a little skinny dipper swim bait. Little skinny dipper.
Every day if I can, dude. I fish at least twice a week now because I have to work.
We're coming, buddy. Bent rod pattern in full effect. Although we'll stay a little far back from you. So it seems like the weather has affected where these fish are sitting. And
that
at least the two he's caught back to back are in
that chatterbait might actually work,
northern section,
especially in the wintertime when it's getting colder.
No, it's the southern section, but it's north as far as where the water flows. It's opposite of the dam. On your swim bait? Let's go.
Dude, you know casting no more than 30 feet out.
So now we are 2/3 of the way to bent rod pattern. Full on would be we go steal the bait he's using. But I'm thinking he's right here. Oh my goodness. 3 in a row? Brother! He's on a bag, everybody. Yeah, they're small. That's fine. You can have those.
You want to know why? You want to know why that dude down there is catching fish? Because Tyler doesn't even know it. He's conditioned those fish already. He's conditioned those fish to bite. As he was casting that 6-inch crankbait down, they were listening all the way down to the other end of that pond. And I told you guys that. That's exactly what happened. So when your boy went down there, he's going to fish back this way, and he's going to catch more fish.
Although I'm lying.
He's caught 3 fish already, and Tyler hasn't caught anything. And Tyler doesn't know he's the reason, he's the cause of why that dude is catching fish down there.
Of them right now.
There he is.
There we go. There we go. Yes, sir. That feels big. That feels big. That's big. That's big. I don't know how big, but it's big.
It's not that big, bro.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Holy cow. Please don't get off. Don't get off. Yes, sir. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It's the grass, bro.
Get in here. Get in here. Yes! Come on, baby. Oh!
A 3-pounder.
Kevin, come on. Sinking 4-pounder.
Yeah, about
Thunder cricket.
3,
y'all gotta
4-pounder.
How he ate this. That son of a gun. Oh my goodness.
I catch those types of fish all the damn time, man. And they do bite on the chatterbait when it's getting colder. But what Tyler doesn't know is that he actually conditioned that fish to bite with the sound that he was throwing with that crankbait. But what he should have did was continue to fish with that crankbait. He probably would have caught a really big one. Because once you condition the fish to bite by listening to that sound, as you go up and down the pond, those fish are gonna say, I heard that sound before," and they're gonna go after it. But when you first initially cast out that crankbait, there's a chance that you can catch it with the initial cast, or you're just gonna have to walk back down, and that's when they're reflexed and conditioned. They're animals, man. They bite on condition. Sometimes the condition works, and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see what else he does.
Bonzo Supreme. That's the biggest you've seen out here? All it took was TRF coming out here, baby. Let's go. 4-pounder. I like how long it is, and I'm running an online tournament right now that y'all can join for free. Down in the video description.
That's a nice bass.
I'm gonna go run and put this fish on the board. Here we go. Here we go. Huh? Thank you, Luke, for alerting me of the spot. Goodness.
What are you doing? Share lunker?
What a lunk. Okay. All you got to do is click that link in the video description.
Okay.
Sign up. It's free. I'm gonna get my board.
So let me show you guys something else of what he does here. Now, if you pay attention to what he does, he leaves all his stuff scattered all over the place. The reason why that's a mistake is because half the time when you're fishing, most of the time you're excited and your adrenaline's going and you're happy. You want to catch you out there. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You get absent-minded and you lose shit. He has the potential of probably losing his fishing pole. He doesn't remember how many fishing poles he has. He has his backpack out there, his measurement board out there, blah blah blah. And that's the problem with a lot of fishermen. They throw a lot of trash, man. They lose a lot of baits, throw a lot of trash, and that's Tyler. Learn from him, learn from his mistakes.
It's in 18.5, maybe? Make sure you have the identifier in the photo. Mouth is closed. Against. Oh, does it hit 20? Oh, man. Come on, buddy. Close your jaw. There we go. And it hits 20. If I get the tail. Right there. Yes. Can you stay, please? Please stay. I mean, it's my tournament. That's 20. Yes, sir.
That's not a bad bass at all.
20-inch bass to begin this uncut.
Yeah, that's a big, healthy bass. It's probably that fish might be 5 if it's a 20-incher. That's probably a 5-pounder right there.
I need to get a Snapchat. Here we go.
He should have waited.
Oh, it's uncut. I was about to say we can cut this little section out. I posted one on Snapchat now, so if you don't follow me, it's at Tyler's Real Fish is where you find that content.
Yeah, he's doing share lunker.
Starting off my tournament strong, baby. All right. Thank you, big girl. Have a good rest of your pre-spawn. And she was sitting shallow, not ultra shallow, like in the ditch that probably runs from that creek. So as the water flows in, eventually it forms its own little creek channel. And there's grass on either side, and that fish ate probably right in the middle of that ditch. So that rod pattern in effect. Let's go catch a few more fish, and I'm gonna bring down my board with me.
Come on, Tyler, pick up that trash, bro. Leave the place better than what you found it.
Y'all join my tournament.
Man, whenever I go fishing, dude, I pick up the trash that other fucking fishermen have left behind, man. I always try to make the place better. I even cut down some of the fucking grass in the way.
On Fishing Chaos. On the Fishing Chaos app. Let's go.
Look, trash.
I fished absolutely knocked it.
Yeah.
Where's my rod go? Oh.
Look, where did my rod go? Look, he's about to forget his rod. I told you, man. Keep your shit together, bro.
No, I didn't. I lost it. Where was I? Yeah, there it is.
Oh.
I don't know how it was that hard to see.
How could you forget? It's right there by that trash in the water, Tyler. Get the trash out the water, man.
Okay. Fix my chesty here, grab my rod, and that was a time and a half, everybody. I didn't weigh that one. Again, because I'm my mind doesn't work right now when I'm excited. I'm more,
See, his mind doesn't work right now when he's excited. He forgot where his rod was. He's probably gonna forget where his other rods are.
I care more about the length right now than the weight. But that was what, 4 pounder? Yeah. 4-ish. For a pond, a good healthy fish. It's right where you should be. Casting out there, let it sink to the bottom, and then slow retrieve.
That is not what you did. That is not what you did, Tyler.
So that tells me that these fish are potentially moving into a pre-spawn pattern, even though we're going to have more cold fronts. It's going to force those fish back down out to deep water. But also, I mean, I've caught suspended fish in dirty water, but usually dirty water lakes just tend to fish shallower than clear water lakes. And so maybe because this pond has gotten dirty, who knows how long it's been dirty for, the fish have kind of transitioned to living more shallow so they can see more of the forage they're eating. It's possible. Very possible. But what a way to start, man.
No, dude. Bass fish are ambush fish. If you notice where he caught, see, this is he's saying everything wrong. If you notice where he caught this fish somewhat in the middle. A lot of the grass is growing around either in the middle or closer to the edge. They're being pushed to the edge. So midway between the middle and the edge, it's a clear spot. That's where the bass are hanging out at. They're hanging out in between the grass line. Some of the bass are hiding in the grass, waiting to ambush. But big bass are hunters, medium to big bass. A lot of the big bass, some of the big bass are lurkers, and they just sit there and wait for something to swim by, and then they zoom out and hit it. Some fish, there is a current in most ponds when the wind blows. It'll clear out on the closer to the edge. It'll clear out a clear area where water and current can flow around the pond. Some ponds will be in the middle, some ponds will be around the edge, and you'll see this clear spot right around the edge of a current and water flowing through the grass. Bass like to swim with that current or swim either against it or with it to go hunting, and they hunt. And they reserve their energy as they're hunting because they're going with the current. Like salmon. Salmon go with the current or against the current when they're coming back home. They go out into the deep with the current and they come in when they're wanting to breed and lay eggs and spawn. So that's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on, is that these bass are either, the current is either in the middle, in the deep, or along closer, about 10, 15, 5 feet away from the edge. And that's where he caught that big bass, lurking somewhere in the clearance of the grass, trying to hunt.
Choked the thunder cricket. As
so right now,
channel, Tyler's Real Fishing, I have
these bass. What these bass are doing? They're in groups, and they're somewhere in this pond. There's a pattern in this pond, and they're hunting. And this is a small pond, and so these bass are going to do this all the time unless they're in spawn. Other than that, they're either going to hunt with the season, hunt with the pattern of the pond, and if there's a current rolling under the water, they're going to follow it. If there's a clearing where there's no grass, then that's where the bass are going to be circling. It could be figure eights, it could be S's, just wherever the clearance is in that pond, bass are going to be hunting in that area. And that's why Tyler caught that big bass, because most of the small fish are over here in the shallow end. So the small fish are in the shallow end, right? That's where the big bass are going to be, hunting the small fish.
Links for all the tackle I use. So rods and reels, line and bait. Those are Tackle Warehouse links down there in the video description. So if you're curious on what I'm using, it's down there if you want to check it out. And if you want to purchase that or anything else. So if you want to buy a Shimano, if you want to buy a pack of Bandito bugs, whatever you want to buy, just enter the website through one of my links and then purchase whatever you want.
Tyler, why are all your reels grinding as you cast, dude?
Thank you for that. Oh, and Luke's got another one. So he's caught 3 or 4. I caught 1. I probably would eat all 3 or 4 of his. Maybe not. That's a 2-pounder. That's a nice one. But obviously they are in shallow water.
All his reels are grinding hard as he casts.
Nice. There you go. Is I'm gonna fish this area here with a vibe jig and then probably put on maybe a swim bait like he's throwing, a small Texas rigged paddle tail, or I'll just put on a Texas rig or a caffeine shad.
You see, what's the point? What's the point in putting in all that line that he has? Let me show you guys. And yet, your gears, look.
Small Texas rig.
All the point in putting in all that line in your reel. Look, he's got a full spool of line. Let me show you guys. He's got a full spool right here. He filled his spool all the way up, yet he can't cast this damn thing 30 feet. He's probably got 150 feet worth of line in there, or 100 feet of line, and he can't cast it out 30 feet. What's the point in wasting that, man? What's the point? If you can't cast that thing out full potential, at least 50, 60 yards, 70 yards, what's the point in there? Dude, most of my fishing reels will reach the other side of that pond. My fishing reels will reach the other side of that pond, son. I guarantee you. I don't know.
But obviously,
bait casters for bass, yes. That lipless crankbait would have been slung all the way to the other side, almost getting onto those trees.
They're in shallow water. So what I'm going to do here, nice, there you go, is I'm going to fish this area here with a vibe jig and then probably put on maybe a swim bait like he's throwing, a small Texas rigged paddle tail, or I'll just put on a Texas rig or a caffeine shad, because I bet there's more fish that are cruising around this shallow area here.
Of course.
Because of the water temperature increase.
No.
I don't want to eat a vibe jig.
No, that's not why. Fish are going to cruise around no matter what temperature it is. Oh my God. You say some stupid, crazy shit, man. That's what fish constantly swim unless they're sleeping. Fish constantly swim unless they're sleeping. Unless they're hunkering down, trying to ambush something passing by. Other than that, fish are hunting, dude.
Kind of shocked I haven't caught another one out there.
Bass are greedy, dude. Bass are always going to continue to hunt. That's what they do. That's why their mouths are so fucking big, because they're greedy ass fucking fish, and they bite on basically any fucking thing that moves. You just have to match the hatch, and I don't think you're matching the hatch one way or the other. You matched it with that what is it, that chatter, was it chatterbait? Yeah, chatterbait or jig with a chatterbait vibration jig on it, because it probably looked like a crawfish and a perch.
It's early. Maybe more will move to this area. Okay, goodness.
Got another one.
He's on a bag. I'm gonna encroach a little bit. Okay, yeah. Holy cow, dude, they're loaded. They're loaded back here in the shallowest section, which is crazy.
No, it's not.
Get in here.
That's where the fucking fish are.
Here.
That's where the bait fish
Get
are.
in here. Hey. Nice. Nice. Just a little guy. Turn the screen towards me. I want to see what the lighting's looking like right now. Yeah, pretty good. A little overblown. We'll fix that. Here in a second, folks.
Turn it down.
Yeah. Let's go to F9. That works. What do you mean? Oh, well, up means less light.
Okay.
The higher the aperture number, the more constricted the light hole is. Okay. Sorry, Luke, we're encroaching on your spot. It's obvious they're up here. Chatterbait?
Now they're gonna spook all the fish.
This confirms the bass book answer of what happens when you have warm fronts in the winter. Is fish move shallow. Goodness, what a nice. Come on, get in here. They get stuck in the grass, but yes. There we go. So as I'm talking about the winter to pre-spawn change, I get another one. Goodness. If y'all aren't throwing a 3/8 ounce Thunder Cricket and Green Pumpkin, you are missing out. So this is confirming what the bass book says. But I've just found so many times, especially on bigger lakes, maybe ponds act different than lakes, but it's like, oh, we have warm days. They're going to be up on the bank, catch them on a square bill, and I don't catch anything, and I go out deep and I scope them on an Alabama reef. So I think wintertime, you really have to just fish the moment. Have no preconceived notions as to what's going on in your bodies of water.
You always have preconceived notions, dude. A lot of people have. A lot of people have so much experience, their preconceived notions are correct. Come on, Tyler.
But also understand that it may not be by the T. Today it is, though. Warming water. We got these fish moving up here to get ready to spawn, at least. And are nowhere near spawning. Just because the water wasn't chilly willy doesn't mean that they're going to spawn tomorrow. Although I'm pretty sure Bass Forecast literally had winter patterns until today, when the rating.
So he's fishing. I believe he's fishing pre-spawn.
Yeah, I think I was just thinking on my other TRF videos. In fact, let me check that. Let me check Bass Forecast. Let's see. Forecast. The forecast. It's looking like, yeah, bass pattern is pre-spawn.
Come on, dude. Stop pulling out your phone and just fish. Jesus Christ.
3 days ago, favorable water temperature trend. Yeah. The algorithm is correct. These fish are not exhibiting wintertime behaviors. So if I was thinking about going bass fishing and planning my day, now this is a Saturday, so most people have Saturdays off, but if I didn't and I had to choose which day to fish, I looked at Bass Forecast 5 days ago and it showed, because of this warm front, the water warming and I'm not lying to y'all, the rating literally went from a winter to a pre-spawn. Not to say that it can't move back with another cold front, but he's caught. How many fish is that? 6, and I've caught 3. So, obviously, to catch that many in the morning on February 1st, they have moved to pre-spawn.
That's nothing new, dude. You can catch that in any morning.
Which I'm sure makes Kevin think right now that he wishes he was on a certain
So he caught 9 fish
in North Texas.
They caught 9 fish total.
Because they're probably exhibiting somewhat pre-spawn behaviors today. Is that right, Kevin? Yeah, he says yes.
Another one's about to hit.
Okay, they're not stacked. We've got 9 fish here. They are stacked. But they're not not an every cast type deal.
Yeah, no, they're stacked. You just don't know how to catch them. Chatterbait is one of the least freaking baits that you should use right now.
I think it's too shallow to throw a drop shot, but I may run and get it.
No, dummy. Don't fish a drop shot. There's too much grass.
I'm not letting my bait fall to the bottom on these casts here.
He can. What he should actually fish is a Ned rig or a Texas rig. One of those two with the Ned rig covered the hook and the Texas rig with a covered hook. I don't understand. He's using the chatterbait is a good bait to use around this time, especially during pre-spawn. And the lipless crankbait he could have used more effectively if he would have just fished the top of the grass line. But no, not Tyler.
As opposed to when I was fishing over to the right.
Stop talking
because of
and
how
fish.
Shallow it is. So I'll cast and immediately begin my retrieve and keep my rod tip high because it's probably less than 4 feet out there. So I don't want to make a cast and get bogged down right from the start. I'd rather fish above their heads and potentially be too high than wreck my whole cast by getting stuck right at the beginning.
Tyler, a fish's eyes is set above his head so you can look up and see. If you swim a fish above a bass head, they're more likely going to strike it than if you were to fish it in front of his face or below him. You ever notice that if you fish something below a bass, his head has to go down and his tail goes up so that he can look at the bait. But if you're fishing above his head, the bass doesn't turn his body up. He just looks up and sees it.
You know. Not a fish. Oh, that was a fish. Esta pescado. I feel like there's a Minnesota technique that would work today. The jig worm has a chartreuse head on the jig head, and it's like an oversized Ned rig. Feel like in this dirtier water, popping a jig worm out of the grass just might do the trick. I think it's another nice one. See, I had just made that cast 17 times in a row. Holy cow, another big one. Another big one. Get in here. Get in here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on! Even bigger! Yes! Yes! Look at that. And now that's a tournament fish. This thing is not healthy. I mean, it's not like a big belly Kelly, but it's a long girl. I mean, we're talking like 21 inches right there. Goodness. I think Luke needs to get him a 3/8 ounce Thunder Cricket.
I do.
He does. Let's get this one on the board. Come on, baby. No, I mean, it's up in the column a little bit. Okay.
That's pretty good, Tyler. I gave you your crops for that one.
This is the kind of fish I want. Let me get my phone. It's wet. Raw. Oh,
good
raw.
job with wetting the scale.
That's a long fish. Heck yeah. Where'd my phone go? There it is. I think weight-wise, it actually may be lighter.
Yeah, it is.
Than the other one is. She's just so skinny. And we're looking at, it's longer.
That fish is spawned already.
Dang. What a way to begin my tournament, though. Goodness. Thank you, buddy. Let's make sure it showed 21 in the picture, because that'd be the worst. Yeah, it hit it. Heck yeah. All right, well, what a way to to continue our uncut with another 4-pounder. Thank you, my girl. I gotta get another selfie, because this is a stinking stellar day so far.
Yeah, that's a pretty awesome day. If you're catching 2 4-pounders in a row, or 2 4-pounders in a day, that's a pretty good day.
See ya. Go eat something, though. Looking a little malnourished.
It does. People have probably caught that fish multiple times.
We're catching them, folks. The pre-spawn pattern is in full effect, and it's getting me really excited for when I get back from Florida, because hopefully we've had continuous warm weather. Maybe the lakes are even showing this kind of behavior. Okay.
All right, so usually there's always two big fish for some reason that fish together. That swim together. He's caught two of them. In a pond like this, to have a potential third gigantic fish is a very, very rare. They might have 1 10-pounder in here. Unless they stock this pond, if this pond is naturally like this, the potential for a gigantic 10-pounder or a potential for a third gigantic fish is rare. But we'll see. I don't know. They're stocking this pond if that's the case. He's fishing a stock pond instead of a natural pond.
I think Grandpa over there's talking about fish brain. Pretty sure. He was like, you didn't know this. You can put where you caught a fish and how big it is. Are they?
Rip and tear until it's done.
Are they not south of us by now?
I didn't even see them come through. I thought they would have been.
Okay.
I just got in here. I haven't been here a whole year.
I gotcha.
I asked these guys, and they said, "Oh yeah, last year they came in late January." So I'm thinking,
okay,
it just wasn't bad enough.
I got it.
That they, I'm saying, maybe they're having trouble crossing the border too. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not vaccinated.
I might sit it out right here if I. I'm gonna go where?
Exactly. Yep.
What do you got for me?
Sony A7S III. Well, what?
One day you'll grow up.
What? You get what?
Nikon.
No, you don't want to. Maybe for stills. I'm taking video.
If you're really gonna do it, my arch enemy has nothing to do with it.
Here we go. Got one. See if I have a mic.
You're not counting that as one.
I'm counting this as one. Oh, 1 pound?
No, 0.6 of a fish.
Oh, 0.6 of a fish?
Gotta be like,
Okay, yeah. Well, on my channel, we call this a single scoop. Single scoop bass.
Have a good one.
You as well. I hope you find some geese.
No, they'll come.
They'll come.
I'm just getting the hell out of the apartment, so.
Oh, I got you. Yes, good idea.
And Nikon is better for
What
pictures.
What a character. He just wants to get out of the apartment. He's doing what we Gen Zers call, he's touching grass. That's what he's doing today. And that's important. It's important for folks of all ages to touch grass. And I'm touching bass because they are biting this morning. This is fun, everybody.
No, sir.
This is honestly how you want to start every uncut. They're not all going to start this hot. What, we wasted 12 minutes before we started catching fish? Oh, I had one. Oh, man, he hit it and ran at me with it. That'll happen. That'll happen. Let's restart and get a new clip. And we're back, everybody. I say it's uncut. You'll see some cuts here and there. It's as uncut as I can. I'm not gonna lie. I'm shocked that just 3 days of warm. I'm not even talking 70s. I'm talking like high 50s, 60s. Has got these fish doing what they're doing. Makes me think if we get a full moon and it's 80 degrees outside, if these fish won't start pulling up. To spawn.
Tyler, please set your reel correctly, dude. Jesus, that grind is
with this thing
so amateurish.
The deeper area down there, and even in the shallow water near the deep, I wasn't catching them. We had to actually come where the deep water is non-existent, or the middle is just slightly less shallow. And then we're catching them all throughout this water column. And he caught another one. Let's go. Luke Dossie on fire. And he's caught way more than I have, but the average size is smaller. So here's a little pre-spawn tip for you. If you are catching nothing but small fish, and you think they're up shallow, and you're catching them on a hybrid hunter or a spinnerbait, whatever, and you're fishing like a flat up leading into a spawning area, no big ones. The big ones are close. They're very close. And me and Luke are showing that where he's catching small ones. I've backed out just a little bit. I'm just 30 yards.
You didn't back out. You encroached.
And so far, at least, that's where the larger than average size is sitting.
No, come on, Tyler. That's not what you did, dude. What you did was you encroached on his area. When you seen him catching, you tried to go penetrate his area and encroach on his area.
I'll tell a story that also emphasizes this. I was fishing Toledo Bend Reservoir, which, if you don't know, if you're unfamiliar, is one of the largest lakes in the world, practically, at least for bass fishing is concerned. Gets super dangerous, gets super windy, and I was fishing it in the pre-spawn. I was all the way in the back of a creek called Housen, which is where most of the tournaments are won. And I was catching 2s to 4s on a lipless crankbait and did okay in the tournament, but a buddy of mine was fishing the same area, but he was just 100 to 200 yards further towards the main lake, where the ditches kind of become a little more defined, and he got a top 10 in that tournament, even though we fished within eye shot of each other. Within eye shot. I mixed eyesight and earshot. Within eye shot of each other, but he caught way bigger fish than I did. And that's just because he was a little bit deeper. The big ones had not moved as shallow as I was yet, and I didn't adjust. I kept catching the numbers of fish and didn't go for the big ones. So if you're a high school angler and you're trying to figure out how do I do better in tournaments in the spring, really pay attention to your mapping and what kind of fish you're catching on certain depth areas, because you may be so close to where the fish are. You just gotta, as I'm trying to do this here, change up your stuff just a little bit. Okay, and we're in a little bit of a drought right now. I'm gonna try to see if I can get out. Oh, dang it. Oh, cool. I almost dunked my entire boot. I got up to the edge. Okay, so I can't stand there. I can stand here, and I can cast.
There you go. About time he does some real bass fishing. Or some real bass techniques for catching fish. Parallel the line, son. That's what you do. You should catch something here.
It's probably too shallow. Yeah,
nothing is too shallow.
Too shallow of a cast.
Go down the other way. You're spooking all the fish down here, both of you.
I wish I had some spike it dip. Some chartreuse dip, because I feel like I'm casting over the same fish with the same color. Maybe just a little change in my trailer could get more of these fish to eat.
Tyler, stop paying attention to him and fish your game,
so if I switched angles and cast from that side, I'd catch more. Or I just need to give fish time to kind of reset themselves, because we've caught 10 fish from this area. So they're probably... Dang, come on, get in here. Get in here. Never mind. Keep plugging. Keep plugging. They're here to be caught. They are here to be caught. And that's what I love about the fun.
That pond is stock, bro.
You done? It lasts for so long. Like, especially with the wire tied skirt. It lasts for so long. Your trailer goes out way before your bait does. And you can just catch fish after fish after fish. Unlike stinking worm. It's going to break after two. Okay. Starting to dial it in. Here we go. Come on now. I don't think it's very big. No, it's not. Gonna water ski you in across the surface. So that area right there is deep. It's the deepest cast I've made all morning. Oh no, in this whole area. And one ate it on the fall. So I'm gonna get this guy back in the water. I could be taking pictures.
So what Tyler's doing is he's fishing and he's catching these fish off of the same type of chatterbait. And what that's going to do is going to condition the fish not to bite during the upcoming months. They will never bite on that chatterbait again until they forget about it. Until they don't remember the sound or the vibration of that chatterbait. That's what happens when you pressure a pond. When you use the same bait over and over and you catch the same fish, those fish get conditioned to it. And they will not bite again.
All of these for my tournament, but I don't want to be putting small fish on the board. Just put nothing but big ones. Nothing but 20 plus inches, baby. Because I think throughout this month I'm going to catch a decent amount of those.
Grass.
I think I'm going to try yo-yoing this.
No,
after a few more casts.
Don't yo-yo
Actually, no, I'm going to start now. I'm going to start now. I'm going to do better at changing things up.
Oh, you're about to screw up. He's going to yo-yo that like a jig. It is a jig, but it's more like a chatterbait. It's not going to give off any vibration. It's going to give off very, very little vibration when you yo-yo it.
Lookless little swim baits. Big fan of it. It casts a country mile.
It's going to hit the grass.
What a country mile is.
He's hitting grass right now.
And you have to be in the country for it to be a country mile. Could you travel that distance elsewhere? I'm sure the folks in the country would say you have to be in the country. Oh, yes. Okay, this also could be potentially why we're catching in this area, because it has healthy grass. This right here is milfoil, maybe? I don't know. Steven, my biologist friend, would not be happy with me that I don't know that. I'm pretty sure this is milf. No.
I don't think it's that.
No, that's coontail. That's coontail, for sure. That's coontail. So we have healthy green coontail. And one thing I do remember about what Steven taught me is that if you find aquatic vegetation and the area between the stalks off the main spindle or whatever are like super small, that grass is in shallow water. And if there's more distance in between, then that grass came from deep water. So like if you show up to the boat ramp and there's grass washed up from prop wash and stuff, and you see a mixture of thick, grass that's close to each other and then some that's far, you know that body of water has grass in deep and shallow water. So just be paying attention to that. That can clue you in on the cover and the depth without even having to use sonar.
Now, that spot where that grass was, that is the perfect spot to throw a crankbait, and he doesn't know it. That's why he was catching fish off of that jig as he was doing it as straight retrieve like a chatterbait. Because what that jig is a chatterbait, and it's throwing off vibration right above that grass where those fish are hiding in. That grass isn't so dense that the fish can't swim in it. They can swim around that grass, and what that grass is doing is it's standing upward, but it's swimmable. You can swim through, as a fish, you can swim through that grass and catch your prey. And what's happening is the bass are in that grass looking upwards. And that's why he was catching big fish that were holding in that grass looking up for something to eat. Now, if he were to throw a crankbait, the lipless crankbait right above that grass, he would start a feeding frenzy out of this world, and he don't even know it.
You ain't even got to make a cast to know that. Oh my goodness, another clump of coontail. So that's what I like. Obviously, there's enough grass in here to get the water clear. It's just not clear right now, as of this second.
He's letting it drop in the grass, and what he's doing is he's spooking the fish instead of actually luring them to bite.
Turn the screen. It's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Which one is it?
This one right there. The back. That roll. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Actually, let me check something though.
All right, so the sun is coming up. It's about to get higher. And what's going to happen is those bass are going to move from that grass to start hunting. And right now they're just holding.
Picture profiles on. That's not one.
So he needs to start looking for bait fish. He found the grass.
There it is. Good.
As he was fishing, like in the beginning of the video, he's like, I'm just trying to find the topography. I'm gonna throw this slipless crankbait to see what's in this pond. But of course he didn't do that. He just was fishing and he found out where the grass was.
Make sure. Dang it. Well, okay. Now my right foot is absolutely soaked. I stepped beyond the safe zone. And now my foot is cold. So the water is not chilly willy, but until it gets on your foot and in your boot. And now it is chilly willy. So that's a bummer. Wet foot. That was my Native American name. Sir Wetfoot. Sir Wet Bass. Dang it. I should probably at least dump out my boot. Let me get this cast in. Uncut, everybody. Here we go.
No, don't uncut.
Ooh. Fart noise. There we go. These AFCO deck boots, y'all, are great at keeping water out of them until you get water in them. And then they do great at keeping water in them. So just don't fall in. How about that? You can walk around to that side, can't you? How'd that guy with the dog get there? The old guy that just walked. I'm pretty sure he came this direction.
He just walked behind us. I saw him jump back over there. He walked this way and like was in the trees with his dog. And then...
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. I'm gonna move down. I feel like we've exhausted. If Luke's not catching anymore, we've exhausted that little area. So I'm gonna fish a little closer to the main lake.
Did that just say private property? Hold on. That must be nice.
Okay.
Let's see what it says.
I'm gonna move down. I feel like we've exhausted. If Luke's not catching anymore, we've exhausted that little area. So I'm gonna fish a little closer to the main lake.
Private property. No hunting, fishing, or trespassing. Must be nice to be able to fish somewhere that says no hunting, fishing, and no trespassing, huh? So once again, learn from Tyler. Don't do what he's doing here, people. Somehow he has permission to do this here. I don't know if you guys see it, but I'm going to let you see it again.
We've exhausted. If Luke's not catching anymore, we've exhausted that little area. So I'm going to fish a little closer to the main lake.
There it is. Private property, no hunting, no fishing, no trespassing. So this pond really isn't pressured, though it does look like it. It's not pressured because people really not supposed to fish this pond. But somehow Tyler is privileged to fish this pond or has gotten permission to fish this pond to the point where he can teach us a couple of things on how to fish a pond that's not pressured and catch huge bass. How the hell are you going to put a bass like that on share lunker? If I'm correct, I might be wrong about that. On a pond that no one can fish is my question. How can you put two bass on share lunker? How the hell can you put a bass in a tournament on a body of water that you aren't supposed to be fishing in on private property? That's my question. Does that sound right to anyone? Do I sound like I'm speaking what makes sense here? Because that to me makes sense. How are you able to fish that and put that? My PlayStation's picking up my voice. How are you able to in put that fish in a tournament and win a tournament or even on share lunker? Somebody help me out here with that.
Oh, we got the big one to start. I can get close to the water now that I'm wet. And this bait here, y'all, vibrating jig, is just a little bit better at fishing shallow grass than a lipless crankbait is, just because it doesn't have a treble hook. So could I put on a 1/4 ounce trap and fish it over there? I could, but I'm gonna have more casts that just result in catching grass and stir up the area than I will on this thing. Lipless does not clear, which means when you rip it out of the grass, it clears. It's free. It doesn't clear super good, especially from a low angle. When you're on a boat, you can rip it higher, and it will clear a little better. But I do think the hybrid hunter might work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish around the side, probably fish us down this bank here with both hybrid hunter and vibrating jig. Oh, did we catch one? Fish down the bank on the other side with both of these, and then really fish a hybrid hunter from the other direction, casting this way. Once the water, again, keeps getting even warmer, which now my foot feels like it's kind of just swimming. My body temperature has warmed up the water inside my boot. Honestly, feels pretty good. But last time I was here, I caught him on a bluegill vibrating jig, and this time on a green pumpkin. So I think that's what the bass in this pond prefer, to be honest.
Luke, bass in any pond prefer bluegill because that's what's in basically every pond across America is a bluegill. What the fuck? I don't know, man. This dude says some crazy stuff. Unless it's a certain time of year, like when the dragonflies are out or when the lizards start to come out during the springtime, during the summertime, the green lizards, and if there's green lizards around that area, then yeah, more bass would actually hit green lizards like crazy. Or they would hit worms a certain time of the year, chatterbait certain time of the year because it looks like a perch. Bass will hit Ned rigs like crazy during when the dragonflies are out. So, come on, dude.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 6 feet deep out there.
That's not necessarily true, man. Come on, dude. It depends on how much you're how much resistance is on your bait, how much weight is on your bait, what kind of line you're using. You're using floral, mono, sinks, floral, floats. Come on, dude. Jesus.
There you go.
Let's not go for everything.
Try to get my chesty angle right. Haven't really messed around with, besides switching between straight retrieve and yo-yo, haven't messed around with like speed of retrieve, stop and go.
You don't yo-yo when there's grass.
Fish that have seen the same thing go by their heads, and all of a sudden it
Stop yo-yoing when
stops
there's
and goes,
grass,
stutter to
dude.
it.
You're just
It's
spooking
all
the
about
fish.
tricking fish that have seen other baits. And as our ponds get more and more fished out, as my song goes, you got to do something a little different than everybody else does.
Yeah, except for that pond doesn't get fished out because it's a private pond. It's no fishing, no hunting, no blah blah blah.
Secure bite.
Tyler, you should actually be racking up in that pond. You should have caught 20 bass by now, my dude.
Where? Ooh. Thank you. It's actually not very pokey. Not pokey at all. The burrs aren't pokey right now. Although I should throw a hybrid hunter on this corner before we leave this corner. That'd be dumb not to. One more cast with this, and then we'll go change the lipless rod to a hybrid hunter. Felt a little weird. That felt so weird. I'm gonna try it again. When did you catch your 11-pounder last year? February?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a cold front though, wasn't it? Okay. It was cold though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The week before that, almost an age.
Same thing? Spirit?
No, actually, that was on a liquid.
Oh, okay. Same area though?
Yeah.
Okay.
That pocket.
Yeah.
I haven't been there since you and me went there.
Really? Dang.
Last March. Something like that.
If you're a guide out there, I'm surprised. Or do you just not need to spend any time out there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I've just been on Bodar.
Yeah.
That lake is tricky, dude.
Dude, I know.
Unless you drive it all the time, it's tricky.
Yeah.
I finally figured it out. This winter, it took a while.
Are they grouped up down there on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was like 10 or 12 on scope, and they were all in that 4 to 6 ton club.
Gotcha.
Can't find any.
There we go. There we go. My rod tip went bonk, and I think it's big. Yeah, it's big. Come on, he's just digging me down in there. Get higher. I've not seen him, but he's doing all kinds of head shakes. There we go. Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
he's
sir.
doing
Come on.
all kinds of head shakes.
Get over here. I think we have another long neck, long John Silver. We do. Yes, sir. Get in here. Oh, that was fun. I don't remember if I just slow retrieved that or if there was a pause and go.
Jesus.
Awesome fish. He's got a big old Messacoon tail down his throat. That's what you want to see right there. Not down the throat, but big old Messacoon tail. I'm going to go 18 and a half. Baby. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I should probably not wear my brand new Lulu joggers.
This is the third big fish out of that pond.
Oh, it's a 19-incher, baby.
You caught that already, dude.
Yes. Oh, 19 and a quarter. Yes. Y'all are not going to beat me this month. Let's go.
You already caught that one, man.
We on a bag. Okay. Gracias, mi amigo. You gonna swim away? There you go. Hey, if y'all are not subscribed to the Uncut Bass Fishing channel, you're missing out. They're not all gonna be this fun, but I'm gonna make them this fun. But they're not gonna have back.
No, dude, you're fishing a private pond. Come on, Tyler, don't do that.
I'm not gonna complain.
You're fishing a private pond.
Let's go. I don't know. That was not like the immediate cast after I said that felt good. Like something felt fishy. Maybe it was. But I'm glad I made that cast again.
Where the public is not allowed to fish, hunt, or swim in that pond, bro.
He just stopped it. He stopped it.
All right, y'all. So that's what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna end this video because Tyler is not being genuine right now. Any little 12-year-old kid who loves bass fishing, go out there with the chatterbait and tear them up like you're doing, bro. You use one bait so far, which is the chatterbait, which is a really good bait to use during this time, during pre-spawn, during the cold winter. When it's cold, when water's about 40-50 degrees, perfect time to use a chatterbait or a jig with a chatterbait bill on it. But Tyler, I don't know, man, I just had to make this video. This video was so typical, I guess, because most of you content creators are just corporate cocksuckers, bro. And you try to make something seem that it's not. You try to make it seem like you can go out here at this pond and catch 3-4 pound bass in less than an hour, because it's only been an hour right there. 1 minute, 1 second, or 1 hour, 1 second right there. 1 hour, 1 second. Or 1 hour, 1 minute, 41 seconds. So there you have it, people. Stuff like this that pisses me off about these content creators, man. You know, if Tyler was actually more truthful and more forthcoming with his videos instead of coming out here to a private pond with potential bass breaking weight records, or length records, big bass in this pond, which I can almost stick that this pond was either stocked or it's just growing really good because it's not pressured, and no one's really pulling any bass out of here, taking it home to eat or anything. But I go to ponds that are pressured, man. I would smoke Tyler 7 days out the week in bass fishing, and this isn't. I can make this a challenge, but it's not really a challenge. But if he wants to challenge me, I'll smoke him every day on any pond out here. I would bring 3 reels and I would smoke Tyler every time, or 4 reels. I'll bring 1 reel and a bunch of different baits, and I would know exactly what to fish, where to fish it. I don't know. Tyler. 6 months ago. This video 6 months. I think I'm gonna start making videos like this, man. Start making videos on all these bass fishermen and what they do. I like when Tyler does this uncut bass fishing, because then I could actually give people real tips on what to do and how to fish these ponds. What he should have been throwing, he threw the right thing, but the first thing that he threw was the right thing, but didn't know how to work it. The second thing he threw was more like a chatterbait jig with a blade on it, or a jig with a chatterbait blade on it, and that has caused a lot of vibration, and it caught a lot of bass right above the grass line. Yeah, that worked pretty good too. Another thing that he should have threw first along the bank line that probably would have helped him catch potential was a frog and a buzz bait is what he should have threw when the current started moving a little bit more, if the current was moving. But he still should have thrown a buzz bait to test out where the fish were. At least that's a search bait. Buzz baits are search baits. Crank baits are search baits, and pretty much that's about it. The two search baits that I would have used here. Um, but then I don't really need to throw a search bait to figure out where bass are. You just look for potential, and most of the potential bass don't like a lot of wind. They like to stay covered. They don't like a lot of open space. They don't like a lot of unnatural shadows and shadowing. You see where those buildings are over here? Let me show you guys. See the buildings right here? See how they cast an unnatural reflection in the water? Bass don't like that type of shit. That's unnatural. Bass like to hide in the tree line. Over here. See the tree line? And the more trees, the darker the trees. And if you go down where Tyler was catching most of the fish, you see how darker the trees get down there? Where they can hide, camouflage themselves, and get into a strike zone. That's where the fish should be. Anyways, I could go on and on about this. But yeah, it's your boy Original Dog Man. Peace the hell out. Hope you guys learned something, more tips. I'll do more videos like this later. I'm out.